Hello everyone and welcome back to the Football Forecast. And Barcelona have won against Newcastle and got a vital 3 points. This is not what I expected actually. I thought there was an upset on the card. I thought Newcastle would be able to use the home atmosphere to their advantage and win against Barcelona. But that's not to say that Newcastle did not play well in this game. I think they gave a very good account of themselves, and so did Barcelona, and it ended in a very good game of football. As we expected in this game, Newcastle started really fast out the gates. This is sort of what you expect when Newcastle play at home. They're very good at sort of getting the crowd up and playing attacking football right from the start. But often we do see it sort of die down, and that first 30 minutes is crucial for both sides. For the opposition of Newcastle, it's always about trying to get through that first 30 minutes without conceding, which Barcelona did successfully, and I think they defended well enough to get them through that first 30 minutes. And from Newcastle's perspective, it's about trying to land that first goal early and really put the opposition under pressure and keep St James's as loud as ever. And it's fair to say St James's Park was as loud as ever as you would expect for this sort of game. And Newcastle kept the atmosphere up for a lot of the game, and they really did use the crowd to their advantage as much as possible, but Barcelona just had a bit too much class at the end of the day. So as I was saying, Newcastle played better in the first 30 minutes. And Newcastle at the start looked like the better side. I mean, this wasn't going to be sustainable. We all knew this, but it was all about how can Newcastle play well at the very start and take advantage of this. And they should have. Anthony Gordon just completely missed a potential shot, and it went through to a throw-in. I mean, if Gordon connects with that, which you'd expect a player of his quality to, I think that's going into the back of the net, because it would have been a very simple finish, really. It was only from sort of 10 yards out, and you would have expected a player like Anthony Gordon to score. But you do wonder, what could have they done with sort of an actual number 9 who may have been better with those sort of instinctive finishes. But it was a really ball in from Anthony Elanga, who did it once again, and Harvey Barnes had a massive opportunity, and João Garcia made a really good save, and that should have made it either at least 1-0, maybe even 2-0, and that is what Newcastle needed really to win this game. And I did feel that Newcastle could win this game if they started positively like I expect them to do, and could have taken those chances. I mean, João Garcia in goal had a really good game. He's a very good keeper in from Espanyol, and we saw that tonight. He made some very good stops, as well as commanded his area, and in a difficult atmosphere, but also against a difficult team in Newcastle who pull a lot of crosses into the box, and João Garcia always had to command his box because he was up against big players where Newcastle didn't. It was up against Newcastle's big players, as Barcelona were rather a small team in comparison. After the first sort of 30 minutes, Barcelona really started to take control, and that's because Newcastle can't press for the whole game. That's sort of what you expect. You can't ask Newcastle just keep pressing, because it's not sustainable in terms of energy use. And it's very similar to that Liverpool game we saw early in the season, where Liverpool took their opportunities when they had time to, when Newcastle had to stop pressing and they went into their low block. And that's when Barcelona started to dominate the game, and their quality showed, because Newcastle couldn't match Barcelona's quality with energy and hard work, and it became very much a game where Barcelona were very much looking for that first goal and looked like it was going to come, and that led us into the end of the first half. And then straight after that, Newcastle came out again looking to attack, as you would expect, but that Marcus Rashford goal really did change the game for Barcelona, and that was a brilliant header from Marcus Rashford, and he's really proving people wrong about him. And then Marcus Rashford scored again, and this time it was an even better goal with a brilliant finish off the crossbar. And I think people are starting to sort of doubt what they said about Marcus Rashford earlier. Rashford is a very good player. He just wasn't working out at Manchester United, and he needed a different environment. That was my whole thoughts on this Barcelona signing. I thought it was an absolutely brilliant piece of business. It's great depth at worst, and he's also a very talented player, especially when he's playing positively. And if he's going to be playing like that for the season under a very positive manager in Hansi Flick, I've got no doubt he's going to excel. And and a lot of people are going to say off this, I'm just going to bring this up, Manchester United should have kept Marcus Rashford. He was never going to succeed in this environment. This was the best for all parties. We see this so often. So many players, they leave Manchester United and they turn out to be good. Anthony's another one. He left Manchester United. He looks like a great player. It's not because it's not a mistake selling these sort of players. It's the environment of Manchester United just doesn't suit every player. There's just so much media attention and focus on them. And after this goals, I mean, it did sort of seem like the tie over, but Newcastle really had that never die attitude. They really did try to get back into this game. And they got back onto their press and they worked hard. And they did manage to get one back after some good pressure through an Anthony Gordon goal. Once again, that ball coming in from the right-hand side and it was put in by Gordon. But Barcelona just sort of, again, showed their quality in that last 10 minutes. They were very good at managing the game. They just basically just didn't let Newcastle have the ball, and their quality did show at the end of the day. I really thought that Newcastle might be able to might be able to win this game through drive, hunger, pressing, but Barcelona just proved to me once again how good of a side they really are. So Barcelona and their team selection. João Garcia, brilliant game, brilliant performance, and he's really proving he's good enough to be Barca's keeper. Koundé's a rock solid fullback. Araujo and Kubasi, I was surprised to see Araujo. I really thought it may have been one of the other options like an Eric Garcia or Andreas Christensen. But yeah, he went with Araujo, and I think getting Araujo back to sort of where he was maybe 3 years ago could be really useful for Barca, because that is where they lack depth. Gerard Martin, I thought he struggled at left back today. He struggled to deal with the pace of Alanga, but also when Murphy came on. I mean, he's a young fullback, so I'm not going to go in on him too much. De Jong and Pedri, I was surprised to see De Jong start actually, but clearly he was fit, he was ready to go, and I thought those two were great in midfield as usual. Rashford, definitely the player of the match. Rashford, brilliant performance. Fermin Lopez, I mean, he was all right, not brilliant, but he just did everything. You sort of 1 in your 10. And Rafinha, once again, a pretty impressive performance. Not as good as Marcus Rashford, though. And Lewandowski, I was a bit surprised by the selection. I thought it was going to be Ferran Torres. I still think Barca are a better team with Robert Lewandowski. Let me know if you agree with that or you disagree. So yeah, in summary, I think Barcelona will be very happy with this 3 points. This is a really difficult 3 points, and I think if they can go away to Newcastle, they can go away to most sides and win the game, or at least get something from it going further into the league phase. And I think people will underestimate this one. This is a very difficult one, and going away to a very hostile ground that was always going to be like this. And yeah, Barcelona should be very happy with their 3 points, considering their next games are PSG, so they need to be on it again. But also, if they lost this game, then there'd be a lot of pressure on the PSG game to win. Otherwise, they may not finish in that top 8. Please let me know your thoughts on this video. Do you agree with my assessment of the game? Where do you disagree? And how do you think each team performed? And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel.